Hello everybody, welcome back to Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 102, Not So Casual. This will be like a casual conversations episode, but again, there's now a war going on, so I just want to start off by reading some statements of my LinkedIn posts. Again, I put up a billboard and offered, I think back in the day it was like $250,000, $250,000 to speak to anybody about my research, and then put up a billboard in front of the Ohio State University, and since then I've been harassed by the cops 12 to 15 times. I've gone to the FBI building 5 to 10 times, and nobody has even responded. So, I'm not going to be super polite in this episode. Again, nothing about this is a statement of violence in any fucking way, but I gotta speak honestly and openly. So my first post about this one was, there are 1,400 universities across the world, all lying about the progress of basic science. Somehow human beings can coordinate to suppress information that benefits literally everyone while not being able to prevent a war. New level of weird unlocked. Anyway, here's my guitar piece. Yesterday. People care about literally nothing. People burned books in the streets of Nazi Germany in World War II. LinkedIn, again, always takes your good grammar and just fucks it up because again, we have to have all the faggots and all the transgenders to be in STEM, but we don't have software that works literally whatsoever. You know, on any app, LinkedIn, Reddit, Spotify. Reddit and Spotify are the two worst fucking apps ever. In 2022, we don't publish the books that would be burned. Russian and Ukrainian universities will suppress scientific information, then slaughter each other. Humanity has gone backwards, and no one gives a fuck. Science stops the instant I am paid, and good riddance. Today. Blood is on the hands of 100% of people aware of my work. 1 million for a lecture or World War III, and of course dirty, illiterate excuses for human beings won't change. Be arrogant, selfish, and competent. Doubt everything. Violate all your own laws, kill a bunch of people, then change your name on LinkedIn to include a Ukrainian flag emoji. If I'm alive to see this world change, which it can't, science is completely stopping, and anyone distributing my work goes to prison. Zero exceptions. Humanity wants to live like fucking savages, so fuck everything. And I am not kidding. Every human being that is alive today, this is just a statement of fact, right? If you get banned from United Airlines for being unruly and unjust for lifetime, it's because you committed actions. My research is banned from everyone until every person that is alive right now this fucking minute is dead and off this fucking planet. There's a war in my time, well then none of my art, none of my research will ever be used to help any part of this worthless, disgusting, fucking species that is human beings. I do not care about dead women and children. I do not care about dead soldiers. I do not care about dead civilians. I do not fucking care. The way we stop the death in the most prominent way possible is to educate. Education limits violence in all contexts. But this worthless fucking country, again, the United States sitting over here with their fucking high horses talking about, Russia saying Ukrainians Nazified. You blew up your own fucking buildings. No one's better at fucking false flags than the United fucking States. And now the average, dirty, worthless American family is worried about paying another 50 fucking cents at the fucking gas pump. Well, here's an idea. Here's a fucking idea. If you cannot behave, fucking end your fucking life. Everyone. Seriously, 99% of this fucking population was wiped off the face of this fucking earth, this world would be fucking better. You're never going to get a trolley problem. You're never going to be standing there as a train conductor and say, kill one person or kill 100 people. You're going to look in the fucking mirror and say, educate yourself or stagnate. And then fuck everybody. If I was a world leader, 100% of the people involved in suppressing scientific information that has directly led to a pandemic, that has directly led to literally a world war, should be fucking dead. Should be fucking dead. There's never a call to violence. I make these videos with a complete intention. Everyone in the species is going to watch them. I'm not making a call to violence ever. But if you do not behave, end your life. I don't care. Blow up the whole fucking world. I can't start a family. I have no freedoms. I can't leave this country. I can't sleep and eat consistently. And it's been doing this for 20 fucking years. I can't have a conversation with my family. I can't start my own fucking family. I can't make any fucking money off of business. While every privileged, worthless, handout fucking American and every other worthless, privileged person on this planet sits there, lays on their back, comes a little bit, tries to make some money, and then just posts it on their YouTube. Ukrainian flag, Volodymyr Zelensky is such a great leader, and no one really liked him like 6 months ago, but we need heroes. And if everyday people were heroes, did what they were required to do, we wouldn't need heroes, and villains wouldn't be possible. But we're never going to do shit like that. We're just going to kill a bunch of people, say it's not our problem, walk the fuck away, and then go try to start a career. Humanity, this is the lowest point in human history, for real. We have technology. You can look past and see more brutality. We can see each other. I've been lecturing on this shit continuously every single day, posted, time-stamped on my YouTube, then I go outside every single night and lecture again. Every single time. The only person fighting for human rights, including my own, is fucking me. Someone invade your country, you should be ready to blow their fucking lives away. You should be ready to cut fucking stomachs and watch them bleed the fuck out. So every bit of the stagnated, pathetic, privileged fucking world is the fucking problem. Every fucking bit of it. All I'm going to say on that, again, blow up everyone, nukes, who gives a flying motherfuck. I hope the entire human species gets wiped the fuck off. Me first. I hate being alive. This is not living. This is quintessentially not life. What is life? Not war. What is life? Not being miserable constantly. What is life? Not watching people just sit around with their hands up their sticks up their fucking asses, doing fucking nothing. Every person aware of my work, your legacy, your entire legacy, your voice versus mine, your voice will never be heard. You are fucking savages! So, that's what I gotta say about Russia and Ukraine. I give a fuck about no one. I give a fuck about no lives, including my own. I am a scapegoat. I expect to die. I have no human rights, and everyone is fucking disgusting. So now I'm going to break down and change tones a little bit and talk about the Lex Friedman number 267 with the Zuck. Who needs Mark Zuckerberg as a CEO if you want the Zuck suck? Up minus 230 billies. Good job, Zuck. More talking points and associated stories. It's going to be amazing. One day the world will watch these videos. I will be paid and people will sit back and say, yep, the Ukrainian government, you committed treason against your own fucking people. Any savage brute should be able to pull a fucking trigger. Everyone suppressed scientific information, and no one fucking cares. So I watched this one a couple days ago, came out 3 or 4 days ago. Again, for the record, I responded to these things literally basically after I watched them, so it's not even pulling all the stuff off the top of my head. But the proofing I do, but just the responding I can't remember. So if there might be some quotes I'm not exactly sure where they're coming from, because I haven't watched the conversation in a couple days. How realistic can virtual reality become? AI, Metaverse, avatars, augmented reality. They talk about visual fidelity versus audio fidelity. It will certainly improve, but again, nothing close to real world sensation. Again, I watched plenty of interesting individuals literally zoom around and change their visibility rather quickly, and I don't see virtual reality catching up to that anytime soon. Video fidelity versus audio fidelity. They talk about the visual fidelity for AI, Metaverse all being low compared to audio, meaning if I give you a phone call or we talk on Zoom, you hear my actual voice. If I'm an avatar in the Metaverse, it doesn't look like a real person. And then I have Zoom video conference versus Meta pros and cons. Basically they're talking about, is there any interactional nuance to even low fidelity visual interactions versus high fidelity audio? Again, on Zoom you see each other video, hear their voice. Meta pros and cons. I think there will be. Like, again, Mark the Zuck talks about being able to lean over and whisper to somebody next to you in the Metaverse. Again, as I said, will not approach anywhere close to genuine interaction, but I do think there'll be pros for low fidelity visual meetings or conferences as opposed to just high fidelity in audio if it mimics something more closely to real life interaction. What is the benefit of in-person communication? Obviously language versus body language. You see the eye contact, you see how they react to given statements. That's true for everybody, but it's, like I said, like being on Zoom, you can't look into somebody's eyes. That doesn't bother me, again, because reaction times are consistent. I know they're looking into a camera, so it's not like they're like staring off into space into a random place. Lex says to the Zuck, in context of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it'd be amazing to roll around together on a mat. Lex, if you just drop one of the J's, you get BJ's. So you can roll around together with the Zuck and get a BJ. Will trolling be any different in the metaverse versus the current internet? I doubt it. Again, they're talking about online bullying, and I wanted to read a comment on one of my YouTubes, which again, I'm on YouTube literally all day. I've been using YouTube every single day regularly for 3 years now, and I'm trying to find just the comments on one given video. And of course, it's not clear. I click on the video, click on analytics, and then I click on comments, and it takes me to comments for the whole channel, which luckily for me is like 5, so it wasn't hard to find. But I just wanted to, here's someone attempting to bully me, because again, this is a vibrational information theory introduction lecture. I just made the most profound scientific discovery in human history. I'm pretty excited about it. I put a lot of time into my first lecture, and I can rattle off videos like nothing now, but again, these were all, the reason, here's the comment. The fact that this is scripted is a little disturbing because of how widely scattered and tangential your speech is. Again, literally inserting dissonance. Literally saying how widely scattered and tangential your speech is. No, I'm smarter than everybody else. When I say, here's a proof, people don't get the whole proof. They can't. They fucking can't. Sean Carroll, we can't keep up. You don't even understand how much fucking logic goes into this. Also, I love this part. Also, regardless of how legitimate your scholarship may be. So again, first we doubt me, first we insult me, first we bully me saying I'm scattered and tangential, which I'm the opposite. Now regardless of how legitimate your scholarship may be, well, I don't have any legitimate scholarship. I just put in the form of all known logical statements on the internet, and that's not scholarship. No. Being Brett and Heather Weinstein and posting vitamin D deficiency is not good is profound scholarship. He's a real scientist. Also, regardless of how legitimate your scholarship may be, you absolutely need professional help to treat your narcissism. This is from Uchicha Shisui, 96. So some Asian chink worth as fuck. When I'm saying every person that doesn't know how to behave should die, this person should fucking die. But bullying, again, I made the most profound discovery ever. I'm really excited. I literally write proofs, and then I edit those proofs, and it's a new proof. So the script is me proving more things. Now I just state the proofs outside. But, yeah, people in my family have terminal illness. They've never seen me be happy. Literally, they've never seen me receive one award, be capable of my own fucking disgusting life. And so I don't think online bullying, because it's the person. This person heard a lecture. Again, Uchichi Sishu, if you're still alive, which I hope you're not, I'm now on part, again, 168, probably. And I got 5 upvotes. And my entire response to that was LOL. Because I can't tell people I would literally kill them on YouTube. They remove those comments. But again, you're allowed to bully right now on fucking YouTube. If I leave a negative comment, I try to leave like a comment on like Lex's podcast, like, you're a fucking loser, or you're a loser, and I get a warning like, you should subscribe to our online community guidelines. And so, do I think online bullying is going to change? Not a fucking second. And there's ads on this. Again, I have 41 subscribers, so glad to see they're still pumping ads, though I don't even get paid, but nobody watches anything I do. People are going to see this later and see how many people are fucking dead. A pandemic and a fucking war. In the Bible, there were 7 plagues. I wonder what's next. Like, I honestly wonder what the fuck next is going to happen. Humanity won't change, it can't. And then this... Again, I hate people like this. I hate like fucking animals like this. And so, that's when I get bullied. And again, I would tell these people I would kill them because I would fucking kill them. But it's just like, that's not super practical, so it's like... Well... Gotta abide by the community guidelines unless it's a science proof. Then we just literally vomit vitriol on my life. Again, as I have people with terminal fucking illnesses and I'm fucking sitting here waiting for that fucking call. I hate being alive. This is the most disgusting human experience that has ever fucking existed. Every fucking day is fucking hell because fat, retarded, illiterate fucking whores will not fucking treat their fucking children to education. Fucking learn something! So I don't think internet bullying will behave. Again, we can't stop wars with science. We'll let all the faggots and all the homosexuals, be in STEM as some big progress, and then kill a bunch of people. And then those are the people leaving comments on my YouTube. So I don't think bullying will change much. More on the conversation. So bullying will be completely proportional to speciality. Speciality will not change because no one cares. How do you identify bots in the metaverse? Lex, have you been on Tinder before? It's really easy when someone says something like, I would like to treat you to the enticement of pleasing you by the big booty of my home. So add me on Snapchat, XOXO, my name's Emma, my Snapchat name is Big Hairy Dude 69. It's pretty easy to see the bots on Tinder. And so, and then I just have, will it be hard to identify bots? No. Can you hide your identity at all? Axiomatically, no. Right? When someone's giving an interview and they're blacked out and their voice is all muffled, they're literally removing the resonance of their voice. They're distorting and inserting dissonance. And so, can you hide identity? Because they basically talk about, again, just weird idiots, Lex and the Zuck. They're like, what if there's 1,000 avatars of you? Which one? How hard would it be to find you? Speak to them and it'll be instantaneously. It'll be instantaneous. So, can you really hide your identity meaningfully? No. Oh, you distorted your voice and you hid your face. Not even an IP address. You have an internet service provider. And you have neighbors like I do probably hearing me yell right now. So it's like everything's connected. You can't hide your identity anywhere. What motivates an individual and a species? Money, power, respect. No. Not exactly. I don't remember exactly what they're talking about here. But again, individual freedom, and then they want to give back, and then our species is 14 years old, so they behave like 14-year-olds. And no one cares. What causes viral content, good or bad? It relates to a lot of people, and it's interesting. Polarization is human-driven, not social media. Meaning, if you see something that makes you smile and it goes viral, you see something that's terrible and it goes viral, it's not the social media that provide, it's just the medium of exchange. The problem is the people. It's always the fucking people. It's always the maturity of these dirty fucking animals called human beings. Always. And then social media limits polarization. That's the Zuck. Totally 100% agree because of exposure. Learning limits polarization. The more viewpoints and he's talking about some study again, just about simply being connected to other people limits your polarization. Absolutely. Because again, we're all connected. And if you put yourself out in the world with an open mind to learn and to educate and to be decent and to understand, you can't not learn. And so we're all connected. And I just have social media facilitates learning. The Zuck has a 54% unfavorable opinion amongst the US population. Do I dislike the Zuck? No, not really. Again, I think he's a thief because if you have all you have to do is 2 weeks of work, you probably shouldn't cut out your business partners, even if they just asked you to help them. So besides that, I don't give a fuck. But it's to praise the heroes and crucify the devils from illiterate people. Again, these are people that have nothing to do with their lives. They just want to blame somebody for something. And they're 50, and they're 60. So if I'm not around to be the instant scapegoat at the society level instantly, they have to blame somebody. Well, that guy has more money than me, and I'm jealous and bitter about it, so instead of getting off my ass and working for something, helping somebody, contributing something to society, I'm gonna bitch. So we need a bad guy from there. Should you care about the haters? My YouTube comments, I just read you them. Again, the only reason I care about is because I know if people liked the videos and shared them, I would make money. And then I'd have a relationship with my family. And I could start a family of my own. I unified the natural sciences, bona fide on your desk when I was 23, now I'm 28 and a half, and I have not had one social interaction since then. Fact. I was literally still selling weed post unifying the natural sciences because people are so fucking illiterate. They're so fucking selfish. They're so stuck in fucking denial. Constructive criticism and keeping it real with judgment, right? Constructive criticism, to me, literally doesn't apply in the sense that you can't criticize something that's profoundly more intelligent than you. And so, How many times have people said, Brad, I'm going to keep it real with you, particularly with girls. It's like, I'm going to teach you how to get a girl. These are, again, all of my pathetic fucking friends. Here's how they got a girl. They stood in a club one day, and some girl went past them and touched their dick over their jeans. And she was like, and they were like, oh yeah, this girl's kind of sexually attracted to me. It wasn't conversing. It wasn't being able to produce art. It wasn't being able to make money. It wasn't being able to listen, have a conversation. It was literally a horny girl touching their dick over their jeans, and that's how they knew they were interested in them. Literally. And so those people are going to give me dating advice. And the way you date is, at my level, is don't get scapegoated by the fucking beta males, and then the women won't like you either. It's don't let other people do that, which you can't control. So, I don't need dating advice, I need people to grow up. But in general, people say keeping it real, and then they just literally insert judgment because they're fucking incompetent. Online bullying, in my response, again, I would tell people I would go fucking kill them, because I would, but it's not like practical, and I'd go to jail and stuff like that. So, and only because of how severe it is. Again, not like everyone's bullying me all the time because I am being bullied by the world governments, like literally. So the world governments can threaten you, start wars, kill you, you can't do anything. They have an interesting differentiation between expression and speech. Free speech, right? Expression is reactionary, speech is thoughtful. And so then they talk about polarization and sensorization relationship. The more polarizing something it is, the more likely it is to be censored. They have, you can't scream fire in a crowded theater. True, but you can scream, you can slap your cock into the wall. Time for a quick story. So again, 7th grade, wonder years, we're taking pictures of 69 literally every time it's up on the NCAA tournament. We're having 40-year-old women spell SCX and not wondering if we know what that is. But another classic thing I would do is go into the rave at Polaris. Just go into, like, we'd be going to a movie in 10 minutes. Just go into a random theater that's halfway through a movie, wait till it's really quiet. They have like these like felt walls. Wait till it's really quiet, slap my hand on the side of the wall and literally just yell, I just slammed my cock into the wall, and then just walk out and go to your movie theater. So again, another really professional thing for me. And again, as a grown man now, hearing a prepubescent or mid-puberty 14-year-old screaming, I slammed my cock in the wall, I'd be pretty inspired. So that was a quick story. Oh, another quick one. Will Smith starred in a movie called 7 Pounds. Again, at the rave in Polaris. Polarization? I don't know. But there was a scene, again, 7 Pounds, spoiler alerts, again, Will Smith wrecks in his car, kills a bunch of people, kills his wife, and then the rest of his life he's going through to like find people worthy of organ donation, and then he ends up killing himself and donating his organs. Good movie at the time, kind of a strange plot line, but during one of the emotional scenes of the movie, it gets really quiet, and I'm actually in the theater. Like, this isn't me slamming my cock into the wall. I'm actually in the theater, sitting there, and again, it's full, and it gets really, really quiet, and I just go, boobies! This again, very mature 7th grader, and got some chuckles, but it was just dead silent, and screamed out some boobies during 7 Pounds. Lex says, freedom of speech is a battle of ideas, but it's not a proof. Right? These are proofs. I prove these things. You guys don't understand them. And then you just say, oh, well, I'm going to a la carte, I'll take this fact, and then deny everything else. And you're so illiterate you don't understand what scientific denial is. Right, instead of COVID, again, the people that think long COVID is possible, people that think vaccine injuries are real. Right, LSD, we used to say LSD is being stored in your spinal fluid. It's not. As a base theorem of biology, can something stay in your system and not cause immediate damage, be dormant for a while, and then magically get crazy and kill you? You know, cancer's kind of, you can have dormant cancer cells, but they're really just non-malignant cancer tumors. But it's really just a state of health of the body overall. So can you have like long, like again, some molecule, like a vaccine? Robert Malone, again, a literate idiot that got fucking famous because he's a fucking worthless piece of shit. Oh, and he talks like a fucking retard. Oh, the vaccine, it's untested. I'm not against vaccines, but it's too early, based on the premise that something can just like stay in your body forever and just cause mad damages. Your cells from 7 years, you're not the same cellular structure you were 7 whole years ago. All of your cells change. So it's not even possible. It's totally nonsense, biological footing. Good God, man, this world's disgusting. Then he says, are you afraid of death? And that's kind of like the end of the conversation, which is thing. Another quick story. I was in my basement one day, I don't know, mid-high school, and again, I'm getting scapegoated by all the beta males who are just trying to get laid, and they're so selfish, they don't possibly understand why that's a problem. And my buddy Jimmy's like, we're all afraid of something, and I just literally say, I'm not afraid of anything. And it was like a big mockery point for my life, because I'm actually not afraid of anything. Not that I don't have a fear response, sneak up behind me, go to a scary movie, I still watch like this, but I don't care about dying. Like, look at this disgusting fucking life. Look at this fucking filth. Again, when you get tortured as a child, it's like you expect to die, not in an emotional way. If a tsunami's gonna hit, you're just kind of fucked. Well, people can't behave, so I'm just kind of fucked. Still not afraid of anything. I still have no friends. I wish I was dead every day of my fucking life. I'm 0% suicidal, 0% potential for violence. People can't change. They scapegoat me. My life is fucking disgusting. Giving money versus investing money. The future of disease. And Zuckerberg gave the lecture at Harvard when I'm literally in 2017 literally saying, where are all our big ideas? As I'm emailing his breakthrough prize with a big idea, but then I offend people so they don't even take a chance at the merits and they just say, fuck this guy. Yeah, well, now there's a world war and I don't give a fuck about dead women and children. Should you give all your money to cure disease? Probably not. I don't think it's, well, you should, but do you need a lot of money to cure all disease? No. Giving money in general, you should invest your money. Again, like maybe Bezos or Melinda Gates is moving her away from the Gates Foundation by giving away most of your wealth. Again, $100 billion is nothing. So do what you want, who cares? This is the most disgusting point in human history anyway. They talk about family and enterprise, making money versus reproducing. And then Lex says, what's the point of life? Zuck basically says, go play with your friends. Totally agree, what you can't do if everyone's so sexually angsty that they're trying to make money, fuck, have a career, start wars, global domination. I have no friends. Again, there's no potential for friends. I have been a good friend to every friend I attempted to have. Nobody has been a good friend to me. So I can't enjoy time with my friends. I mean, that's the most important scientific discovery ever, and all I do is get harassed for it. Literally, from everybody. So that's it for the Zuck conversation. A couple other talking points. This episode's going to be pretty long, and obviously very professional. Anyone censors my verbiage in any fucking way, you get sued instantaneously, and then you harass me and I can't eat food still. Again, for everyone watching this, I can't eat and sleep properly because I've been socially isolated so fucking profoundly, it's torture. Well, you guys get pandemics and wars, so die. And again, people like to see me suffer. When you think I'm a dick, when you think I'm being bullied, when you think I'm being an arrogant person, people want to teach me how to be a better person. And so they insult me, they disrespect me, and then they think they're doing the right thing. Well, yep. I heard a quote the other day, on CNBC, it's obviously changed by now, it was like 2 days ago. But it was like, the Ukrainian, because they're now blowing up, Russia is now blowing up civilian entities. But they said, there was only 1,000 dead Ukrainians and like 5,000 dead Russians or something. So there's only 6,000 dead people. When we finally publish all of this shit about aliens and all the shit we've lied about, and again, the United States has committed more false flags than anybody I've ever fucking read about. But now we're going to obviously condemn fucking Russia, but I mean, I'm pointing out everyone's fucking hypocrisy. And so, the hypocrisy, the specific American hypocrisy is most disgusting. As the biggest disgrace of my life is being associated with the United States of America in any fucking capacity whatsoever. It's murderous fucking savages. That is all it is. Our cyber attacks, acts of war. Well, what I was saying was only 6,000 dead. So I want only 6,000 dead academics and global professionals for treason. For the UFOs, for this entire past 7 years, there's been a pandemic and a war. A war. What's more violent than that? Education limits violence, it does. Sentiment, consolidated sentiment can't be broken. There's power in the people. There are power in numbers. How is that not directly your responsibility? Are cyber attacks acts of war? Yes. Any act that results in death, doesn't matter if it happens over the internet. Swatting. That over the internet produces real violence in person. So anything that results in actual death is an act of war. All I've got to say on the wonderful, disgusting experience as being a human being, Now more on some of the aliens that don't exist, that definitely exist. So again, I was outside yesterday. Again, I'm just aware of so many things. And again, okay, so let me just try to clear up my thoughts again. When I say there's 3 species here, I mean, like, again, over the 4 billion years of life, or 5 billion years that Earth has been here, maybe a species was here for 10 million years, 100, maybe not even 100, 1 million years. And then it wipes out, gets dead, and it gets buried underneath the sand, and then the Earth's tectonic plates movement erases literally everything. So I think there's 3 that have lived here at some point in time, in accordance with my other videos. Outside yesterday, I was standing there saying, do you guys live here? And I get a genuine no response. Makes sense. So again, I've said multiple times, I think they live here, like alien populations here now, like again, living in the rocks would not be hard for me to imagine, like I said, Mammoth Cave in Virginia, you have to shimmy through a really small area and then you have a big expansive cave place. Wouldn't it have surprised me if some sect or section of somebody lives here? I'm certain that there's anatomically ones similar enough that they can walk down the street and nobody notices. So my intuition was that, the farther you are away from any planet, the more differentiation you're going to have of the body, which can go either way. But then again, anatomy is a limit of geometry, is a limit of physics. So I think we'd all have faces, again, we'd all have appendages, we'd all have reproductive organs, we'd all have a head, a face. So the environmental changes might not be as severe as I think. Again, I just straight up said, do you guys live here? And there was a genuine no. So, and that's currently living now, right? Again, I'm talking the 3 species that I have sentiment awareness of that have existed here. Again, could be genuinely indigenous from the from Earth, or just from, again, some sort of, a colony or some sort of species here for 500,000 years selling something, or collecting rocks, or collecting minerals, or something like that. But I think the biggest, with the hint of no, again, I think it would actually be very, very challenging, again, if you had any sort of sizable population to literally hide all of the bodies. I mean, everything dies, so you couldn't, I think we'd have more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 skeletons of the aliens. So I definitely think it'd be harder if there was a living population here now to hide all of the deceased. But that's what I gotta say for that. But the quotes that stick in my head from whoever's walking Sasha out there was, again, I have big teeth. So again, I think that's reptilian versus amphibian. But then they say, we're not from here. Again, maybe they don't believe in gray. Again, gray to me is down the reptilian line. There could be reptilians before the grays that don't know the grays. Or again, there could just be another lineage. And so I think whoever's walking Sasha out here, I don't think they're aware of the reptilians or all of them or something. I do think there's really dark-skinned ones, like we call brown people black. Like on your cell phone, that black emoji of the moon, I literally think there's like skin tone that dark. And that would actually be a biological characteristic non-unique to any given one species, right? Why are some of us lighter skin or darker skin? It's because how close to the equator we are. How exposed are we to heat? So I think the really, really dark-skinned ones, like actual black skin, would certainly have to be farther away from heat or secluded from heat more so. So the ones that say, we're not those people, I think we're referencing werewolves or somewhere related to tall gray. I think it's either amphibian or older reptilians, because primates are reptilians. So if you could walk around like us, again, and conversely to the super dark skin, again, freestyling off the top of my head, if they could just drop off a map, well, that would be more informative. But conversely, the more close you are to this, well, then it kind of goes the other way too, right? We have the ocean, and the things at the bottom of the sea are very translucent. So, I don't know, that's a biological contradiction right there. The further you are secluded from sunlight, they're more translucent. But, yeah, okay, I'm just directly wrong. Brown people are more exposed to the sun. So the closer you are to the sun, probably the darker your skin is. So then that would make sense if the ones that are coming in here are can camouflage and I've literally seen with my eyeballs and can't tell the fucking difference. That would make more sense. Translucency would be more readily available to camouflage. Freestyle, that's what I think there. But then we also have where is most of the population. Very confident because they said no to the planet. But I still think the solar system, maybe Io, Ganymede, Jupiter, Moon. But again, I really think that boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. I think that's some sort of gray or primate. They've lived there, been there somewhere in the long time scale. I think the galaxy would still be too far away. Our closest other star, like where's most of the living population that isn't human right now? The galaxy, I think, is just too far. Not really. I mean, 1 or 2, 3 light years. You know, if they have humongous fucking ships, it just depends on. I think the populace is massive, like humongous. So, is there? Again, I think there would have to be like a dominant or just most populous species in any given one locality because the time could be wrong. So I think that most of the population is somewhere in the solar system, at least the ones living now, and certainly once you get into the galaxy, fucking everywhere. So why would anyone be here for more than a couple days if they don't literally live here? It's very easy to travel here. There's some sort of commercial interest here. Again, this is like a convenience store or a bus stop for some people. Go out and see the local scenery, maybe, or again, just progress of science. But I think they would have to still be here. Very big spaceships. The mothership. Right? We say that, the mothership. Why was all this intelligence wasted on a male? Wasn't. My name's Brad. Here's me. I'm a male, but it wasn't like wasted. It wasn't intentional. Pretty rare, as far as I can tell. But again, leisure stuff, travel. That's why I think they would be here for more than a couple days if they don't live here, and they said they don't. So then we have the words Africa, Pangea, and Eurasia. Right? We say we come out of Africa. Pangea was everything connected in Eurasia. So I think Pangea, if that means anything to anybody out there in the alien world, was older than Eurasia. And Pangea, probably Pangea, then Africa, then Eurasia. Historically large scale. And so depending on how big the population is, right, if it's like, again, a tremendously most populous species, and like they said, they think there's 2 or maybe 3, again, if it depends. A million years isn't a guess. What if it's a 10 million, 100 million year, 500 million year, a billion year civilization? Well, then they might even being completely aware of something, right? Like a manager at a company has to go report to them. They don't know each day-to-day interaction. So there might be something like that, again, just of an offshoot of a species. I'm very confident in the overall lineages, and they don't live on the planet, most of them. But again, do they stay here? Like 5-year sabbatical, maybe? If you're walking dogs every day, I mean, you gotta have some work here. It could be minerals, could be mining minerals, could be anything like that. Last point I just thought was interesting. Lent started, and not eating meat is a symbol of sacrifice. And we have veganism. So Jesus Christ, one of the smartest people that's ever walked on this fucking planet, and my uncle gets all mad at me saying he wasn't a translator. I mean, things that are literally not written down. So you had to be pretty intelligent to do that. But that guy said, as a sacrifice to not eat meat, do it once a week for like 4 weeks a year. So I'm pretty positive Jesus would not be vegan. But I just thought that was very interesting, right? Stop eating meat on Fridays for like 4 weeks or 8 weeks or however fuck long Lent is as a sacrifice. And now we have people never eating meat all the time because bad thing. So I thought that was very interesting. Obviously, lovely episode. Not really all over the place again. The world is not going to participate in any of the bigger scale history, the bigger scale biology. You are not part of this. You slowed it down. So thank you for watching Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 102. Not so casual. Change your behavior or fucking die.